Welcome in. My name is Jason Priester, allclemsontigers.com, and today we have a special guest for you, Clemson softball commit Addisyn Linton, one of the better softball players in the country, regardless of class. She's currently a junior. She resides in Tennessee. She's been committed since the fall, going to be a big addition to the John Ritman softball program. And without further ado, let's bring her on. How are you doing, Addisyn?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. Um, Appreciate you spending a few minutes with us. I know you are a busy gal these days. Matter of fact, you told me you just got through hitting, right?
Yes, yeah, I did. I came straight home for this.
So, how much time do you spend in the batting cages, each week?
I would say it's probably about 4 hours, like a day. I'm in there for pitching and hitting. I work on both sides of the ball, so as much work as I can get, definitely each day.
And you are a current high school junior, correct? So,
Yes.
you are a member of the class of 2025. And for those not familiar with Addisyn, last season during her high school season, she hit 617 with 21 home runs, 71 RBIs. She's also pretty dang good in the circle. She went 12-2. She struck out 168 in 102 innings, throws it over 75, over 70 miles an hour with an exit velocity of over 80. That is getting it done. Um, those are eye-popping numbers, man. When I had to do a double take when I read those the first time. So committed to Clemson back in the fall, and you picked Clemson over other schools like Florida State, Tennessee, South Carolina. I think there was one other one in there. What was the you had another finalist too, right? What was the other finalist?
I had Texas A&M in there
Texas
too.
A&M.
Yeah.
So when was the first time you actually visited Clemson?
So actually, this my visit was my first time up there. But I had the coaches that came and watched me all summer, and just kind of having that connection with them and everything. And then we set up an official visit, and I went up there, and that was my first time up there in South Carolina.
So what was it about Clemson that kind of separated themselves from those other schools, like Tennessee, Florida State, Texas A&M? Those are some pretty good softball programs.
Yeah, definitely. So Clemson's always been like one of my top five schools, just with how much success they have had, with the new program, and also Valerie, just looking up to her, and being watching her in the mound and hitting. So then got a phone call from them, and set up a visit. So that was my first visit I had set up. I had four or five others set up. So I went up there. Me and my dad went up there on a visit, and the first day we got to talk with the coaches and the girls and everything. I got to watch a batting practice, just seeing the way the coaches, talk to the girls and everything, and how, business stuff that Coach Ritman is, and Coach Jameson as well. But then the next day, we went to a football game, and it was actually my first college football game ever, and my dad's. So it was actually cool, to experience that. So we went on the field, and everything, and the football game was absolutely amazing. That was just I've never experienced before. And so dad sat next to me, and I was watching the game, of course, but my head's rolling, and just taking everything in on the visit. And so after the football game, actually, we walked back up to the softball field, and I was like, Dad, I just want to go on the field and just feel what's it like to be on the field. And so I went on the field, and me and dad walked from foul pole to foul pole. It was pretty late. I don't even know what time it was, but it was somewhere around midnight. And I just told dad, after that visit, I was like, Dad, this is where I want to be. I want to make something special happen, with them, not going the College World Series or anything. And that's always been a big dream of mine. I mean, I want to win that. And so if they don't do it this year with Valerie, that's something definitely in mind for me. But I told dad, this is where I want to be, and I want to make something special happen here. So I sent a text out to the coaches, and just told him what I thought. I came home, and I think it was a Wednesday. They gave me a call, and I made my decision from there. So
So, if I'm understanding that right, did you end up canceling your other visits?
yes, I
You
did.
never went on any others? Okay, gotcha. So, which football game was it that you went to?
It was the FAU one. Yeah.
Gotcha. So that was early in the season back in September.
Hmm.
So you touched on Clemson being a new program. They've gotten close to the College World Series a
Yes.
couple of times now. Just just right there, just
Mhm.
within their grasp. Just haven't been able to quite get out of the super regional round.
Yeah.
How unusual is it from your perspective for a program that new to have as much success as they've had in such a short time?
Um, I mean, I think it's amazing. It's not only, you have the coaches, great pitching coach, great coaches and everything. But also, the girls that are there that, have made an impact on that program. And just being able to know that that's in front of me, and, having my class and myself just fill those shoes whenever we get there is something amazing and something I really do look forward to doing.
So tell us a little bit about your relationship with Coach Ritman and what kind of guy is he like?
Um, he's amazing. On the visit, whenever they were hitting batting practice, I literally stood like right behind the backstop and just watching him coach the girls. Like, he's very business like. Like, I mean, he's business, and that's exactly how I am. On the field. And then, off the field, you see him. He's a big family guy and everything, and that's definitely something that's important to me as well.
So you mentioned Valerie earlier. If anybody doesn't know, I'm sure everybody is, but just
Yeah.
in case, if you don't know who she's talking about Valerie Kel, Clemson's superstar two-way girl there for that softball program, staple of that program almost since its inception. You're not going to be coming in, right on her heels. I think she's
Mhm.
going into her final season. You'll come in 2025, but
Yeah.
you know, you're going to be expected to kind of fill that void, so to speak, that she'll be leaving.
Yeah.
What kind of pressure does that put on a player to kind of
Uh,
follow in the girl like that in her footsteps with the
yeah.
legacy she's going to leave?
Um, Honestly, I think it's amazing to have that kind of, pressure, if you want to call it, having Clemson and the coaches, depend on me to fill those shoes. That only, gives me motivation to work harder, until I get there and everything. But I mean, she's an amazing player. I mean, who wouldn't, want to get the chance to fill her shoes on both sides of the ball?
All right, one last thing before I let you go.
Okay.
I talked about your numbers, those insane numbers you had last year.
Thank
You
you.
also did that with a broken hand. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes, I did break my hand in the middle of the high school season last year.
How do you hit over 600 with a broken hand?
It definitely wasn't the easiest thing. The grip was a little different on the bat, but we made it work. So
And how many of those home runs came after the broken hand?
I'm not exactly sure. I couldn't give you an exact number, but I think there was like probably 10 after, maybe.
That is awfully impressive. That is awfully impressive. Well, we very much appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule to talk with us, let us get to know a little bit about you. Again, 2025 Clemson softball commit Addisyn Linton, one of the top players in the country. And it doesn't matter if you're talking 2024, 2025, 2026. She's going to be ranked right up there at the top with all of them. Um, I just want to say these numbers one more time before we get out of here. She hit 617 during her high school season last year with a broken hand, for half of that. 21 home runs, 71 RBIs, 12 and 2 in the circle, 168 Ks and 102 innings. Man, it gets more impressive every time I read them. Again, Addisyn, I very much appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule to talk to us, and we very much look forward to seeing you in that circle in a couple years.
Yes, thank you so much.